Have they made floating cars? Who has made floating cars? Haters.
Salsa, mi amor, salsa. Another for me was a job. Welcome to Sin Censura.
Yo soy Mari.
Y yo soy Yoel.
And this is our second episode. El segundo episodio.
I know.
No puedo creer.
No, es que no podemos creerlo.
I know. We finally have this podcast going and we're on the second one. But before we get into it, mi gente, yo quiero decirles que este show es 100% bilingüe, mi gente. 100% bilingual. Así que si no habla inglés or if you don't speak Spanish, over here, somewhere here in the YouTube area, here.
Come on, guys.
I hope it's not here. It's over here somewhere. You can turn the subtitles on. Puedes poner los subtítulos. Así que puedes entendernos. So you can understand us. So put whatever language, cualquier idioma que entiendes.
Menos chino.
Bueno, yes.
Menos chino.
Bilingüe en...
No Chinese.
There's no Chinese.
I know.
Okay. So this is our second episode, and today what we got for you guys is we're gonna be talking about the most viral video. The viral video, the viral. We posted this video. I edited it, so I posted it. Y la próxima mañana había como, I don't even know how many views, like 2 million views. And then on TikTok, it was another, like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I know. This was great.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
So the video landed so many eyes, mi amor. We got from Miami all the way to Alaska, every single local news station that you can possibly think of.
Yeah.
We were on Fox News.
Fox News,
mi gente. Look at that.
Look at this.
I mean,
this is Fox News.
And we were not on just one Fox News show. We were on two. We were on Fox and Friends and Tucker Carlson with Tulsi Gabbard as the host that night.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it.
But the most special moment in this case, what was? Tell me cuál fue el momento que tú me...
Oh my God.
That's a history, guys. That's
so
not
not
that's
only did we
that's
just
a
go...
huge history.
Yeah, not only did we just go viral for the news stations and like the feel-good news stations, but who else noticed us, Yoel?
Oh
who else noticed us?
Oh my God. That was... who noticed? I can't believe it. Who noticed?
I can't believe it either because we were joking around about this and you said that you weren't famous like the Kardashians. And here, this is Khloe Kardashian reposting.
This is Khloe Kardashian, guys.
Joey.
Mira, that's moment for me. Let me tell you something, guys. I working in UPS that moment.
Yeah.
I was in the morning. And my wife, she's beautiful wife here. My beautiful wife. Say, hey, do you know who posted our video? And me, my mind say, you know how's my crazy mind say, Trump, Biden.
No, lo primero que dijiste fue Diacanel.
I know, the president of Cuba. I say, I don't know, but in that instance, in that moment, they say, no, I can't believe it.
Yeah, we were joking around about the Kardashians.
The Kardashian shows. The Kardashians, the
Yeah.
Kardashians is posted about. And this here, guys. Thank you, guys. Who's the name of that guy? ¿Cómo se llama ella?
Khloe.
Oh, Khloe. Thank you, Khloe. Thank you, Khloe. We love you too.
Okay, well, so we went viral. I couldn't believe it. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, what are we talking about, Yoel? What video?
El video del cheque.
Your first
My first
paycheck. Your first paycheck in America.
Yeah.
And for all of you guys that have not seen it, we're going to put it on for you right now. Oh my God! Mentira!
cheque americano. ¿Cuánto gané yo aquí? ¡Sí!
Look at the taxes. You did kiss it.
Yeah.
Pero prefiero esto que no Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro me quitaba más. El comunismo me quitaba más.
That's true.
¿Tú sabes qué? Este es mi primer cheque por hora. Que tú sientes que cada hora de trabajo vale.
It's
Que
crazy.
cada hora de trabajo tiene una importancia en tu vida y que se lucha, que sabes que puedes luchar por algo.
That's
Es
true.
un sentimiento que no es comparable con nada.
No es.
Porque nunca lo tuve en mi país. En Cuba
Nunca.
no lo hay.
It's crazy.
Tengo la prueba.
All right, so that was the video. And, you know, it went viral with many different types of people. Not only did it go viral with Americans, but it went viral with Cubans. So, Joel, ¿por qué tú crees que había mucho cubano que llegó, que tenía sentimiento con tu video?
Mira, te voy a decir, a ver, es que es difícil. Es really difficult. Para la gente americana es muy difícil entender esto porque es costumbre tener esa experiencia de tenerlo todo y que el cheque tuyo cada hora vale.
Sí.
En mi país, en mi antiguo país, que es comunista, mi primer cheque fueron $12. Ese primer dinero en mi mano, no sabía lo que iba a hacer.
Claro.
En mi país, porque ¿qué compro? Un zapato no puedo. Comida menos.
Ujú.
Guardarlo menos.
Claro.
Y es difícil. Y por eso la importancia de primer cheque aquí en los Estados Unidos por hora, for hour.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why Americans, in my point of view, because, you know, I'm Cuban American and I can see both perspectives.
Yeah.
I think Americans really resonated with that video because for the first time in what seemed like a very long time,
Yeah.
we have been fighting so much politically within each other. Like, there's such a huge polarization in our country right now. Like, if you know, even if you go on something like Fox News that we were on, we got a lot of
Yeah.
haters saying, "Oh, I can't believe that you did that," you know. And so there's this huge polarization in our country right now, and I think a lot of Americans will agree with me on this. And for a moment in time, your video kind of reminded people
I
of
know.
the American dream, el sueño americano, que ya te voy a decir algo, los americanos en este país, porque es muy difícil vivir en este
It's really
país,
difficult. I know.
se ha perdido un poquito ese sueño que los inmigrantes se pueden ver, que los mismos americanos no se pueden ver, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, I think that is why Americans really resonated with that video. And so I think we should play it back for people.
Yeah.
So that we can go paso por paso so that you guys can, you know, it's one thing to see the video and kind of resonate with it. It's another thing to like really understand everything that went behind it. So that today we're really going to be talking about salaries in Cuba and why that video is just way more profound than what you see on the it's much more
really
deep.
really deep.
Yes, than what you see in those 60 seconds. So
Yeah.
let's play.
Mira lo que vamos a sacar del bolsillo.
Okay, pause there. Oh my God. Okay, so just to give you a little background, I picked you up from work. Well, I picked you up from
Yeah.
work and you're like, grab me, record me. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Y yo, like, como mujer, yo pensaba que tenía un regalo para mí.
Siempre las mujeres quieren regalo.
I thought that I had
Always.
something for me.
You know what's your best gift? Me.
Oh, mi amor.
Ladies,
Pero
look at me.
A veces las mujeres quieren algo.
I know. That's we love it.
So, and I think you're just kind of used to me, like always wanting, like, oh wait, like I recorded. Don't say anything until I
Mira.
record. And so I think that you were used to that, ¿no?
Mira, es que yo aprendí contigo. I learned it with you. Record, you know, take picture because for the Cuban people, you remember in Cuba no teníamos ese celular. Yo no tenía celular.
Yeah.
Y tú me enseñaste lo que era esa vida de selfie, de la social media, de estar en ese ambiente. Y
Yeah.
este momento me dice, hey, déjame grabarlo. I need to record it. No solo el hecho de grabarlo, sino el hecho de que era importante.
Yeah, it was very important.
It was
moment for
very
you.
important.
Yeah.
You know how many people coming here risk the life, lose the life
Mhm.
for
A
taking that check.
Yeah, of course.
And that's for American people. Hey, appreciate what you want. What que tú tienes? Appreciate what you want.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Ay, mentira.
cheque americano. ¿Cuánto gané yo aquí? ¡Sí! ¡Mua!
Look at the taxes.
Pero prefiero esto que no Fidel Castro.
Okay, pause there. Okay, so this is actually really important. I think people don't really
Understand?
I think the Americans don't really understand that statement. They'll
Yeah,
say,
don't know that
Fidel,
guy."
Fidel with communism, but they don't really understand because Yoel, you how much money did you make in Cuba
Mira,
as a professor of computer science? You made $12.
I know.
So you made how much money did you make in Cuba
12.
as a professor?
12.
$12.
The most higher, 20.
Okay, and this is where I kind of want to explain to Americans. Esto es donde yo quiero explicar a los americanos por qué son $12, right? You guys, in Cuba, it's not because the government, it's not because Fidel was like, oh, well, everyone gets only $12. No, it's because this is a fundamental aspect of a socialist society, right? A socialist economy. That's what Cuba has. Cuba has a socialist economy. And when we talk about socialism, we're not talking about, I think a lot of people get nervous that they say, oh, well, it's social programs. No, socialism in its core, in its definition, is a central economic plan society where the state or a group of people or whatever you want to call it, but in this aspect, a state controls all major economic sectors of a economy. So everything from import exports to agriculture to infrastructure,
Everything.
to education, to everything. Your employer in Cuba,
You are alive.
Yeah.
You are alive. Dude.
Yeah, yes. Well,
And that's really sad.
well, there's a social aspect as well.
That's really sad.
But economically speaking, 90% of the Cuban population, or in any socialist society, look at North Korea, for example, 90%, 95% of the Cuban population is employed by the state. So all of that kind of production, right? So like the production of a society is divided, right? It's like wealth redistribution.
Yeah.
So that's why that Yoel, in Cuba, you just get the $12. There's no taxes per se.
Do you know how many money I earn a lo largo de mi vida? En 35 años. Eso sin quitarme taxis.
Sí.
Si ganara, mira, voy a poner una suma de $30 al mes. En 35 años son $16,000.
16,000.
Can you imagine it? In 35 years, you earn that money? It's incredible. Yesterday, I estaba sacando esa cuenta y decía, wow, déjame hacerlo. ¿Qué es lo que ganaba yo en 35 años? Antes de venir para acá, en this first check, $16,000 en 35 años. Y cuando tú tienes este cheque aquí, que en un mes tú pon 3,000, vamos a hacer el más bajo, 3,000, and you say, hey, I can't believe it.
I know. It's
I can't believe it.
And then people say, wow, I can't believe you only made $12, right? And so
It's crazy.
then the criticism, or not the criticism per se, but then the feedback, is like, well, doesn't everything cost much cheaper in Cuba? And it does not.
Oh my God.
And I just want to put it for, how much do you think a teacher makes here in the United States?
Okay, the teaching here.
I think you have an image. So
Yeah, I
here
have.
you-
Ready? Now, here. Okay.
Okay, so here in the United States, an average teacher salary is $4,800 per month. That's not including, is that including
Yeah,
taxes?
include the taxes.
It is including the taxes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So-
put it that because it's maybe the majority
Yes.
earn that money, you know.
Right.
I
So
suppose.
the-
It's- yeah.
The average teacher
The average is that. Yeah. Okay.
makes 40 because it depends, aquí en los Estados Unidos depende si tú trabajas en California o trabajas en
Oh,
Kansas.
that's another for me was a shock
Why?
because I don't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I think it's for everyone in the same.
No. Claro
I
que tú
read
vas-
it.
sí.
I read it. I say, wow.
I know. I can't believe you didn't know that.
No, I don't know that. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, because here it just depends on the living standard. See, here it just depends, like, because to live in California is so much more expensive than living in, I don't know, Iowa or something like that. And then, here, to even get more complex,
Yeah.
is every state and then every county
Yeah.
in the states has different budgets for the teachers.
No, of course.
So it's
I
a
got
little
it.
different
I got
that
it.
way.
I got it.
But yeah, so in the United States, right here you can see $4,800 per month for a teacher, and Yoel made $12 a month. And here's where I think like Americans will really understand the perspective.
Yeah.
Is okay. So a piece of un pedazo de pollo.
Oh my God. Un pedazo de
No,
pollo.
un pedazo de pollo, un pollo completo, vamos a decir.
Un pollo completo, maybe
Ah.
$7-8, maybe
$7 or $8 in Cuba.
or more.
Well, when we were there last time, when I was, I left in 2020, so I remember a chicken was like $5, so it must be like 7 or 8 now. No?
Yeah.
Okay, so here in the United States, if you buy a chicken, let's say if you go to Whole Foods, if you buy a frozen chicken, let's say $10, just to make the math easy, right?
Okay.
So in Cuba, it's like $7. That is literally what is that? That's
25%.
no, that's more than 25%. If a chicken is $7, you're making $12 a month. That is like,
Crazy.
what is that? 60% of your salary in one chicken, you
It's
guys.
crazy.
So if you can imagine, but $10 for a person making a salary of $4,800, that's a fraction of a percentage. So you guys, like, I think that's what really will make Americans like
Explosion.
explode. Like, how do they do it?
It's impossible. That's a question everyone may in their own mind.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing with that money? Say, man, magic.
Magic. It's magic. That's
Harry Potter
there's-
in real life.
Es verdad.
That's Harry Potter
En,
in
bueno,
real life.
de hecho, en Cuba hay una frase que dice resolviendo, ¿no? Inventando.
Oh my God.
It's like the Cuban motto. I feel like the Cuban motto in life es dos cosas. No es fácil. Todo el mundo dice no es fácil. Y también estamos inventando, resolviendo, ¿me entiendes?
Mira.
Siempre es una vida de lucha, de resolver. Y para mí eso fue súper triste.
Mira.
Súper triste ver mi familia así.
Ahora que tocaste eso yo no lo he visto en los Estados Unidos. Que la gente diga, hey, ¿qué vamos a comer?
No, Yoel.
No, que tú digas,
Ay.
que tú digas eso de que vamos a resolver como vivimos nosotros, yo no lo he visto aquí.
Oh, yes, of course. You cannot compare because the struggle is way more people in Cuba had that struggle than I think here. Here in the United States, what you largely see is a large middle class, and you don't see that in countries like Cuba, right?
That's
And
my idea. Say,
Yeah.
hey, I never see that here.
right.
And
I
you
know.
go outside y say, ¿qué hago? ¿Qué voy a inventar? ¿Qué le voy a traer a mi hijo? ¿Me entiendes? ¿Qué le voy a traer a mi hijo? A mi hija? A mis padres? ¿Qué voy a inventar para comer? Con mi salario. With that salary. It's impossible.
And then, it gets even crazier when we talk about the doctors.
Oh my God.
Why don't you show them the doctors?
The doctor
The
is
doctors is even crazy. Okay, so in the US, a doctor earns $22,000 per month, right? Isn't that great? Can you imagine $22,000 a month? I'd be like coasting. But in Cuba, they make, well, this was before Yoel, because now they raise the salaries. But
Ponte more.
no, in Cuba they earn what, $80, $90 now?
100.
Pon 100.
Put 100.
Pon 100. They raise the salaries. But
What is that?
right. So with
100.
$100,
What
so
is that?
$100. Now that chicken in Cuba is literally 7% of your salary in one
Did you
chicken.
look at the how the doctor here earned 2022? When you compare with the communist country like that, 100, tú puedes restar 100 de esos 22,000 que ganan esos médicos y el médico americano dirá, who are you? You know, it's crazy.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know. Well, you know, a lot of people maybe in the comments will be like, well, our medical system, that's a whole other topic.
That's
though.
another topic.
That's a whole other topic.
Huge.
A whole other topic we can go into in another episode.
Yeah.
But, you know, they make $22,000 because of the healthcare system. And that's another issue that we have here in the United States as well. But as you guys can see, you know, even a doctor in Cuba does not make a living wage. It's crazy.
It's impossible. Imagine how it's difficult, the life in Cuba. Not only for the normal people, you know, this education, that's professor, teacher, doctor. Do you know the most funny? In Cuba, a doctor is the taxi driver at the same time.
Oh, yeah, I know.
That's happening in Cuba, guys.
¿Cómo se llamaba tu vecino?
Mi vecino. I forget the name of I have the neighborhood.
Dios mío, ¿cómo se llama él?
I don't know. The names. Forget.
Que mi mamá tenía como un crush.
Her mom like it.
My mom had a crush on him. ¿Cómo se llama él?
I don't know.
Okay, anyways, he was a heart doctor, a heart surgeon.
I know.
And he's also a taxi
driver.
And you go, well, how the hell does that happen? But that's, I mean, you make
for
more
you,
money.
For you, what happened when you hear that? Tell me what happened when you hear this. That doctor say, "Hey, I'm a taxi driver too." What do you say?
Well, Yoel, I obviously knew what was happening. I obviously know, but for Americans that came to visit, like my friends that came to visit Cuba. Yeah. I mean, they were like, what the hell? Like, they couldn't believe it. They really couldn't believe how expensive Cuba was compared to like knowing when you're a tourist in Cuba, you know that people struggle, right? You see on the streets. Why don't you show them the video of there's just a little video of the street. And unless you guys haven't been to Cuba, you guys can see like a street view.
This is the video in the street. That is like Havana. This is the Havana. Mira. Look at this.
Yeah, that is Havana.
That's a Havana.
That's Havana. So when a tourist comes to Cuba y ellos ven que la casa está cayendo, que hay huecos, hay baches, que la gente están ahí tirado, ¿me entiendes? They see all of this and they know it's a poor country, obviously, but a lot of people, you know what? A lot of tourists were like, but how is it so expensive?
I know.
¿No es verdad?
I know.
Porque cuando un americano va a un país del tercer mundo, todo es súper más barato para esa persona. Pero Cuba es como igual, casi igual.
Suppose the Cuban people.
I know.
For you, you say, hey, how is it expensive? But suppose Cuban people, 10 more, 20 more.
Yeah.
You know that. Nobody go to the hotel.
That, yes,
I can go to the hotel. You suppose it was $100 I can go to the hotel with my family? It's impossible. I need to keep my money for the future, for the retire, for the food. Mira, for example, I told you this because the first time when I stayed in Havana, we traveled to Havana. In my mind, yo pensaba que La Habana era linda. You know, esa fama de La Habana que el turista le da, que la prensa le da. Yo dije, wow, debe ser bella.
De hecho, tu papá también nunca
Nunca
fue a La Habana.
nunca, con,
Y
se-
él como
cin-
que, wow. ¿me
con
entiendes?
55 años.
Con 55 años. Sí.
Y él se quedó como que, y para mí, dije, wow, it's dirty. The most dirty city in my life.
That you've been to.
Yeah, you've been
No,
to.
mentira, Guyana.
Yeah, that's another history.
That's another one.
Guyana is another history.
Ok, pero bueno.
Pero bueno, para mí La Habana fue, como cubano,
Yeah.
esto no puede ser la capital de mi país.
Yeah, of course. Like, it was...
You looking here. That's you looking here. Look at this.
You know what though? Like what they sell to you on the tour, what tourists say, what tourists see is completely different. They see something like that, ¿no? Y se ve
Yeah.
súper lindo, pero afuera de todo eso, there's this, right? For me, it was even crazier because I saw Havana and I was like, whoa. I saw what you couldn't see at that time. Remember when I kept telling you, I was like, this
Many
looks
times.
like Miami. Like, this could have been so much more.
Many times.
I'm looking at it como en Malecón. Yo vi en Malecón y yo como que, wow, I could just imagine the clubs, the bars, the people moving around. I could just picture it in my mind. And when you see it, when you open your eyes, it's like, it's falling down.
I know. It's really sad.
It's
And the people living there inside.
and people live in those
living
houses.
inside that house.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I mean, the salary is such a big issue in Cuba, and that is because the Communist Party controls every
everything.
single aspect of the economic sector. 90% of the Cuban population is employed by the state.
I
So,
know.
but also 100% of Cubans also do shit underneath the table, hacen cosas debajo de la mesa.
Yeah. Black market.
inventando.
That's
So
black
there's like
market.
so
That's the black
much corruption in Cuba.
market. The most high
I-
corruption.
Well, I want to, Yoel.
Yeah. For me, the most high corruption.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's other countries que son.
Yeah, of course. Pero for me in this way, porque es un país primero comunista, segundo porque controla todo
Sí.
y todos quieren tener el poder. Cuando tú ves un nivel de pobreza huge, el nivel de corrupción va a aumentar porque el que está abajo y llegó arriba no va a perder el poder.
Claro.
No va a perder el poder.
Bueno, para resolver, that.
Y esa es la corrupción.
Right, but that emotion, because I need to resolve things for my family, I have to get things for my family. Like, se hace la gente dos cosas. Una, un negativo. One negative, right? It makes people two ways. One negative, right? Where
Yeah.
people lie, people cheat, people stab you in your back. It's like very Hunger Gamey.
It's
for
really
me.
confusing.
It's like very Hunger Gamey. And then on the other side,
That's the perfect
the Hunger Gamey.
comparison.
Yes.
The
It's
Hunger Games. If you see
It's-
American people, Hunger Game,
Yeah.
that is Cuba. That's a communist
Yes.
country.
I think me being like me coming into as an adult in Cuba, and I'm really into philosophy, you know me. A mí me encanta. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, socialism doesn't just destroy the economy, it destroys like morality, it destroys like
Mentality.
I was like, yo, I never appreciated capitalism so much because I was like, capitalism allows generosity, it allows philanthropy, it allows people to be like on some sort of same sort of level where they don't feel some sort of desperation to cheat you, right?
I know.
And so in Cuba, because everyone's trying to like fucking like try to, you know,
Yeah.
they're like, it's very Hunger
Yeah.
Game. Look at
Look
this,
at
you
this.
guys. This is a tractor that they made into una balsa,
Yeah. Es una balsa.
una lancha.
Yeah. Es
I
una
can't wait.
balsa.
Oh yeah.
It's a boat. It's a boat. It's a boat for coming United States.
Well, we've seen a lot of those. We've seen tractors. We've seen
Oh.
like 1950 Chevys.
Wait, that's the most famous.
That's
Look
the
at
most
this.
famous one.
Look at this. That's the most famous.
Do you have a picture of
Oh
it?
yeah, of course I have the picture.
All right, let's see it.
The most famous.
Oh,
Okay.
there. That's the most famous one.
Wait.
That's the most famous.
That's the most
one, you
famous.
guys. I think they have that in a museum.
in Miami.
I think so.
I want to go. I want to go there.
But that, I mean, I remember when I was like 12 or 13 years old, I was here in the United States and I saw that. And I was like, my whole family saw him and they're like, what the hell is that?
Mira,
So
look at that. Look at that picture. Look at that picture, guys. What do you see? Tell me, what do you see there?
a desperation, a lot of creativity, but
Dreams.
dreams. Yeah.
Dreams try coming here para tener ese cheque.
Para tener ese
Look at the picture, American people. That's the Cuban people or another country or another people in another country. When other people want to come in here and risk the life in that,
Bro,
I don't know what is that.
whatever that is.
Whatever that, for taking your check, for taking that money, that future, that dream in your hand, say, hey, I risk my life for this. And look in that. That's the real drive. That's the real life.
Well, I mean, so also like, if you guys just look at that picture, and you see, whoa, like Cubans have such that es una bendición si quiere verlo así, es una bendición, because the socialism, if you want to say like the silver lining, es una bendición del socialismo que se hace la gente muy creativa en ese sentido, ¿no? ¿Verdad? Y también like I feel like there's so much talent in Cuba because of the creativity, right? Don't you think?
Do you see that now? We are
yes,
so...
like what other country in the world? I don't even think that they have made floating cars? Who has made floating cars? Only Cubans, mi amor.
Only Cuba.
Only Cubans. Only Cubans have made floating cars.
I don't know. I don't have
Can you imagine
another country, but Cuba is the more famous.
Could you imagine? Cubans if Cuba was free, they would make a business called floating cars, and it's like cruise ships, but you could take your own car from Miami to Europe. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, Cubans make any type of business into anything, right? And I just like, could you imagine? Could you imagine if Elon Musk was born in Cuba? Could you imagine if Elon Musk was born in Cuba?
Can you imagine this guy in Cuba with that?
He would be
con ese salario de $100.
Elon Musk parece un pinareño, un guajiro, ¿me entiendes?
She's like a farmer.
Yeah.
Small farmer. That farmer come in the...
Un pinareño. Imagínate Elon Musk como un pinareño. Like he would have, but the sad part is that there are people like that in Cuba, like super fucking talented,
1,000
super fucking
people.
Talented.
Oh my God!
And they're stuck in a country where they cannot create. They're stuck in a country where the government says, well, no, you're not allowed to create value because you're not allowed to dream. You're not allowed to have that because we control the dreams. We control the value. We control the production. And
tus sueños son de la revolución. Your dream is for the revolution.
Exactly.
And the revolution is only one guy, one family. That's the revolution. Nobody cares the revolution. The revolution is the family. And that family say, hey, if you create something, it's for the revolution.
Exactly.
Who is the revolution? Again,
bueno,
that family.
Don't get me started on Fidel, Yoel. Okay.
And you suppose this guy, Elon Musk, bro, Elon, don't go to Cuba, man. Thank God you in the United States. Thank God you born here.
Yes. Let's talk about another. Show them another billionaire in America that has Cuban connection. Has a Cuban connection.
I know.
I think everybody knows who we're talking about at this point, but let's talk about Elon Musk. Let's talk about Jeff Bezos. Bezos. Yo quiero besarlo. A mí no me importa, es feo como cojones, pero con no sé cuántos billones. Beso para ti, mi amor.
I want to kiss it too.
Beso para ti.
Okay.
Well, there's something in common between you and him, and you guys are both bald.
Mira, do you suppose this guy in Cuba too?
Oh my gosh. You know what? Jeff Bezos' father His adopted father is Cuban. He grew up in Miami, so he knows the Cuban pain.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Jeff Bezos wanted to make an Amazon in Cuba? He would have been told no.
He can do it.
He would have been un cubiche con un fucking barriga hasta aquí en Centro Habana.
Mira,
You know what I mean?
mira, es que no lo puedes creer. Es que se escaparía. Es lo que hacen todos. Escaparía por los Estados Unidos.
Claro.
Todo el talento americano, todo el talento cubano va a los Estados Unidos, va afuera.
Claro.
Entonces ellos dicen, no, nos roban los talentos. Nadie roba talento. El talento sabe que donde está no puede crear.
But see, like even that, when you say that, that automatically tells me that markets, no matter what you do, like if you're, lean to the extreme left, like socialists, want to eradicate markets so much.
Yeah.
Because that's the market saying, well, if my talent is valued in another place, I'm going to go to that place, right?
I know.
And you can never escape that sort of like mechanisms of how humans kind of trade with each other, because they're going to go to the place where they feel more valued, right?
Hey.
And that's another mechanism of a market system. And it's like, you can never have a communist system. You can never have one where everyone is equally poor or equally equal, because your value is always, even in a communist society, like if we play it, even in a communist society, your value is going to be valued differently by other people, because we're all individual human beings.
Mira, estaba hoy manejando en la carretera y empiezo a mirar alrededor y me acordé, dije, por eso es que la tecnología que existe en este país, por eso es que hay este futuro, por eso es que hay esta cantidad de cosas que para nosotros los que vinimos de países comunistas nos sorprende, es que hay el talento.
El talento.
Vale dinero.
Claro.
La creación vale esfuerzo y dinero.
Claro.
Por eso Cuba, como North Korea, Venezuela, que hasta están destruyendo, no existe esa posibilidad de desarrollo, porque todos los talentos se escapan.
Yeah.
Porque necesitan que le pagues esa capacidad de crear. Y entonces la tiene Elon Musk, la tiene Jeff Bezos, la tiene Apple. Can you imagine? ¿Tú puedes imaginarte el de Apple in the communist country?
Pero lo que yo estoy diciendo es, en Cuba hay gente que está creando cosas increíble abajo de la mesa.
Oh, yeah.
En la oscuridad, ¿me entiendes? There's people who are making beautiful things in Cuba that have nothing to do with the government. I mean, that are like apart from the government. Like Sube here that you guys can see is an application. Well, was, because I don't think they exist anymore. But was an app. It was like the Uber of Cuba, ¿no es verdad?
I know.
Y
yo no sabía lo que era Uber.
Dile de la historia.
La historia es, estos chicos trabajaban en un parque. Vas al parque de aquí al lado, donde hay wifi. En los únicos lugares en Cuba que hay wifi son en los parques.
Ajá.
En lugares que decide el gobierno, porque es quien decide dónde pone la conexión. Y ellos crearon esta maravilla digital.
Yeah, I know. So can you imagine them in
Can
Cuba?
you imagine that? Sin dinero,
I know.
solamente la capacidad mental de crear.
Yeah.
Y por eso los Estados Unidos es tan grandes.
Yeah, but you know what though? I think there's another important topic to think about, and I think this is where we both kind of disagree on this.
Right.
Is what is the American dream, right?
Oh.
So let's talk about that for a little bit. What is the American dream? For you, I think you have so much hope in the American dream, and I think in a couple years you might view it differently.
I don't think so.
Yes, you will.
I don't think so.
I think you will, because what slowly starts happening is that you'll see that it's really hard to make a life for yourself in this country because of what I feel is government intervention in economies. But it's just really hard to get by. And I think you were given a leg up coming here. I think a lot of Cubans were giving a leg up when they got here.
Ya, porque creen
So-
porque creen que los Estados Unidos tiene oro en las calles y esa famosa mata de billetes.
So, Yoel, I think it's time that we end this show
Yeah.
on the best note possible. Yoel, on the best note possible. And that is
Our
los
haters.
haters. The haters. Haters, haters, haters. Haters, haters,
Salsa, mi
haters.
amor, salsa.
Haters, haters, haters. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, 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 pow. Haters.
Bajanda.
Haters. Okay. All right. We got one hater for you guys. And this is just one example of several comments that we got when we went on Fox
Okay.
News, Yoel.
That's
We
the
went
hater.
on Fox News, and this guy says to us, and we got a few of these comments. By no means son la mayoría. By no means that they're the majority of the comments, but we did get a few of these, and it was like, I can't believe you are an embarrassment because you went on Tucker Carlson, or what did he say? Yeah, that you went on Tucker Carlson. You're an embarrassment. Shut the fuck up. First of all, I'm saying shut the fuck up for several reasons. Uno, tú me vas a decir que si tu video se hizo viral y que Tucker Carlson is the #1 cable show in America, like by far, and you're gonna say that here's an opportunity for you to like really talk
Yeah.
about your story and talk about your content.
That's
You're
right.
gonna tell me que tú no vas a ir.
Everyone
favor.
go. Todo el mundo
Like,
va.
come on. And then second, not all he didn't even obvio que no vi el video.
This is
Que no vio el video.
This is the sample of the. Este es el ejemplo de que el americano no entiende ni su propia democracia.
I know.
Ni su propia democracia.
¿En
No
qué
entiende
sentido?
Porque es como que te digo, no, tú eres demócrata, yo soy comunista.
I know.
Tú eres republicano.
Este
you,
es
you're
un-
Trump.
Exactly.
Bro,
exactly.
That's democracy.
Exactly.
You want to go to Cuba? Bro, if you go to Cuba,
I
the
know.
communist country, that is fucked up.
I know.
That's really fucked
This-
up. High
this-
level.
But this looks like a communist country.
That's
this
right.
looks like a reaction that que dice lo gusano or whatever, right? That te tiran, como en ejemplo de te tiran, right?
know.
So they go, I can't believe you're just extremely disappointing. And then he kept going. I didn't get the entire conversation, but he called me disgusting. He called me an embarrassment, that I should be ashamed of myself. I'm like, did you even watch the clip? Because the clip was literally 2 fucking questions.
I
It
know.
was like, hey, what did you feel when you got that check? And then why did you make the content? What do you want to say to other immigrants coming to this country? That is it. Like, that was the only 2 questions. It wasn't like about
5 minutes.
politics. It wasn't about
Nothing.
anything. And so,
What? 5, literally.
¿qué tú piensas de este comentario?
A ver, este es el Team Joel. Team Joel, Team Cuba. Tú eres de las que dice, she say, that's a freedom country. Tú sí dices que es un país libre.
Exacto.
¿Y qué tú dices de estas personas?
Espérate. Él tiene derecho a comentar lo que quiere comentar, Joel.
That's
He
right.
has the right to comment anything that he wants to comment. Can I say that this individual is an idiot? Yes, I have the right to say he's an
Ok,
idiot.
pero
But he has the right to say it.
I agree. En one part. Él puede decir lo que tú quieras, pero el problema es que estos son los que se vuelven radicales,
Pero
que
él.
son los que se vuelven comunistas, son los que dicen como
Pero tú
esta-
no puedes decir.
Ah.
Espérate. Pero tú no puedes decir.
Ok,
Joel,
I got it.
Tú no puedes decir que esa persona va a ser comunista. Entonces, tú no puedes permitir un comentario así. Entonces, tú estás haciendo lo mismo que hace Fidel, lo mismo que hace Díaz-Canel, al revés. Like assuming, you're fucking assuming that he's going to be a communist.
Yo no
¿Qué
sé,
es eso, Joel?
50 es 50 rich, ¿no? 50 rich.
Isn't that funny that his
Filthy
username
rich, I don't
is
know what
Filthy
the-
Rich?
I don't know what the
Filthy-
fuck name is that.
Filthy rich means like
I haven't seen that.
super rich.
Who is the face? What face? Do you know,
¿Qué
do
sé
you know,
yo?
you know face?
Un muchacho ahí.
Okay.
Pero bueno.
I'm agree in this way. In this case, Marisa win. I'm agree with her.
¡Ah!
because I believe in the free speech, and that's
I
here, United
cannot
States.
believe you said that.
I'm agree with you in this
Wow.
case. In this case.
Yes.
In this case.
Yes, I won. I won. Okay, so it's Team Mari and Yoel versus Team if you disagree with us. So, wow, I can't believe it. We get commentary like that all the time, you guys. Es estúpido. I mean, it's like, come on, like,
Hey, chill. Live
Like,
the life.
chill, like,
Live,
if
live the
CNN
United States, bro.
yeah.
Go to the lake, go to the beach,
I
take you a car,
I say maybe
do a
like,
big trip,
if
go to the mountain.
if CNN or MSNBC would have called and asked us to be on their show, I would have gone too. Like, wouldn't you have gone?
Of
Like,
course.
King importa. King
Who care?
importa. So at the end of the day, the salary is what's the most important in life, right? Where you gotta earn a living to enjoy your life, whether it's through money, whether it's through picking apples, whether it's whatever it is in
Whatever
a
it
commune
is.
society. But you gotta, everyone has to work in some sort of capacity and make their life what it is.
Yeah.
And so, no sé, what's your parting words, Yoel? ¿Qué tú quieres decir al final?
Mira,
Caso cerrado.
para
Después de
decir al
esto.
final, como siempre digo, gracias a ustedes, gracias por vernos y ustedes los americanos, siéntense en su casa, miren alrededor y vean lo que tienen, lo que han creado, lo que han conseguido con ese dinero, con ese cheque, y siéntense orgullosos donde están, porque millones de gente quieren tener eso que tú tienes.
Y no lo tienen.
Remember that, and they don't have it.
And people are literally dying in the deserts and the oceans to get it.
That's right.
And somebody in your family tree probably did the same at one time. So,
Okay, guys.
bueno, eso Mari sin
Censura.
censura. Episode 2, caso
Cerrado.
cerrado.
We love you.